Hey everyone, welcome back. Ready for another deep dive.
Let's do it.
All right, so today we're tackling something I know a lot of you are thinking about, how to boost innovation within your company, right?
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah. And we're looking at excerpts from pasted text this time around, specifically this piece called From Chaos to Strategy, Building a Scalable Innovation Ecosystem.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and you know what's really kind of alarming? This piece highlights that only 6% of executives are actually happy with their company's, innovation performance.
Yeah, 6%, that's pretty dismal.
It's rough, right?
It is.
It is. So we really wanted to kind of unpack why that is and
Mhm.
what you can do about it. You know, a lot of times when we talk about innovation, it feels very like a nebulous. Where do you even start?
Right. It feels kind of overwhelming, right? Like, you
Yeah.
need creativity, you need resources, you need the right people.
Yeah.
But I think what this piece does really well is it breaks down some of the most common roadblocks that companies run into.
Yeah. And that's something that really jumped out at me too, is that like a lot of it comes down to things that are surprisingly fixable if you know what to look for.
Totally. I think one of the biggest ones, and this is something I've seen time and time again, is this disconnect between what innovation teams are working on and what the customers actually need.
So it's almost like they're innovating in a vacuum.
It is. It's like building this amazing product that nobody actually wants. And there's even a really great example that the article gives about this software company. They were so obsessed with developing all these fancy VR experiences.
Ooh, trendy.
Exactly. Super trendy, cutting edge, right. But their core customer base was actually desperate for some pretty simple improvements to the enterprise software they were already using.
So it's not just about chasing the shiny new thing.
Yeah.
It's about solving the actual problems, right?
100%.
Which, okay, that makes sense. But how do we avoid that disconnect? How do we make sure we're innovating in the right direction? Like, what are some tangible things companies can do?
Well, the article, it really stresses the importance of alignment. You have to align your innovation efforts with your overall business strategy.
Okay, so it's not just coming up with cool ideas. It's making sure those ideas actually drive the business forward.
Precisely. Every single project, every new idea, it has to answer this fundamental question: how does this help us achieve our core goals?
Ooh, that's good. I like that. It's like, you could have this super powerful engine in a car, but if you're driving in the wrong direction,
You're not going to get
we're
anywhere.
not going to get anywhere. Exactly.
Waste of gas, waste of energy, everything.
Totally, totally. So alignment is key. What else? What else did this piece highlight as being really crucial?
Well, this is where it gets kind of interesting because, we always hear that innovation is all about creativity, right?
Hmm.
But the article actually emphasizes building a data-driven innovation culture.
Okay, now data doesn't always sound very exciting. How do we make it work for us in the innovation space?
Right. Because people hear data and they think, oh, spreadsheets, numbers.
Yeah.
But it's not really about that. It's about using data as your compass and your roadmap for innovation.
So it's more about insights than spreadsheets.
Absolutely. It's about using data to figure out, like, what are the real customer needs? How are our innovations actually performing? What's working? What's not? Like, imagine you have these two great ideas. You can use data to figure out which one actually has the potential to be successful, based on market trends, user feedback, all of that.
So data actually empowers innovators to make smarter decisions, which ultimately leads to better products, better services.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Data can really be your friend in this whole innovation journey.
It's like giving them the tools to build the best possible thing, right?
Yeah, that's a great way to put it.
And this whole focus on data actually ties into another really interesting point that I wanted to bring up. Something else that from chaos to strategy really emphasizes. It's the evolving role of the CIO in driving innovation.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think CIOs are in such a unique position to champion this data-driven approach, right? They have this like bird's eye view of the entire organization. They understand the systems and they have access to all the tools that can make innovation happen more smoothly.
And speaking of tools, one of the things that this article specifically mentions is IdeaScale, which is basically a platform designed to help companies systematize their innovation process.
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit more about how that works?
Yeah, so IdeaScale, it's all about taking innovation from this kind of random, sporadic thing and turning it into a more structured and repeatable system.
Okay, so instead of good ideas getting lost in the shuffle, there's a clear path for them to actually become a reality.
Exactly. Like, everyone in the company can contribute ideas, then you can evaluate those ideas, rank them, and even like track their progress. It even helps with the implementation process. And it really drives home why this kind of system is so important. The article mentions that companies without structured innovation processes, they lose an average of 42% of their market potential.
42%, that's a lot.
It is. It's huge. So, it's a big deal. But the good news is that by building this robust innovation ecosystem, companies can unlock all of that potential. They can achieve sustainable growth. And tools like IdeaScale, they can really play a key role in making that happen.
So to recap, I mean, we've talked about making sure innovation is aligned with strategy, creating a data-driven culture, and empowering CIOs with the right tools like IdeaScale. It seems like all of these pieces work together to create this really fertile ground for innovation to take root and flourish,
Right.
right?
It's not just one thing, it's the whole system.
It's the whole ecosystem. And I think that's something that's really, really important for people to take away from this. But here's like a little something to think about as we wrap up. We've talked about building this ecosystem in general, but what does that actually look like in your specific industry?
That's a great question.
What are the unique challenges and opportunities you're facing? And I think reflecting on that is a really great first step in kickstarting your own innovation journey.
Couldn't agree more.
All right, well, that's all for today's deep dive. Thanks for joining us, and happy innovating.
See you next time.